Welcome to Book Talk with Quip, and I'm your host. Today I'm going to make comment about something that happened at the University of Louisville several months back. And what happened was that at the University of Louisville, through the Pan-African Studies Department, they have started some sort of LGBT, gay, lesbian, transsexual, transgender type of class. And what had happened in response to that, a well-behaved, white, conservative, evangelical student wanted to share the gospel with some students in that class, and I also believe he wanted to share the gospel with the professor, the teacher of that particular class. And he might have left some literature there, and then he just calmly was just waiting to speak with people one-on-one. Now, the response from those students and the professor was really quite amazing. I mean, they just, to put it in simple terms, using a little slang, they just freaked out. The guy did not try to hit them. He did not attack them. He didn't threaten them. He didn't go, point his finger in their faces. Nothing like that. He was just very passive, calm, cool. He just wanted to share something with them. That was all. The director of the Pan-African Studies Department, Dr. Ricky Jones, he just went ballistic. He kept referring to the whole situation as dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Folks, those are his words. And he didn't say it once, he said it several times. And there are some people who say that he even went as far as he wanted the student, I don't want to say arrested, but he called in security because he said what this student was handing out was dangerous, flat out dangerous. And there were some people who were saying that Dr. Ricky Jones was wanting this student's freedom of speech to be suppressed. But the emotionalism behind it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I wish you would go, do your research on it. I was beginning to wonder, what did the students say or do? I mean, Jones kept using that word dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Then I read other articles, left-wing homosexual articles, talking about the incident. I mean, you would think that guy went in there with a shotgun, a bomb, and everything like that. And I directly spoke, really through Facebook, with the professor, and she just said she was just upset. It was a frightening experience. But when I asked her for specifics on what this student did, nothing. The University of Louisville campus police, they investigated this guy. They said, no, we didn't see anything wrong with this guy. He wasn't threatening at all. He has no history like that. No, history of violence or anything. And then the University of Louisville president said, look, this is a free speech issue. So what they finally decided to do is they just basically said to the student, well, before you go over there in that area again, that classroom and all, just give some sort of prior notification, because these people they went ballistic. The one thing that I kept thinking was, what was it that this student was trying to share with that professor and those students that was so dangerous? I mean, dangerous. I mean, these people were claiming that they felt threatened. They felt that their lives were in danger. They were fearful for their safety. And this is one thing, Ricky Jones, he claims he's going to do this protest. This is dangerous. Folks, I have that pamphlet. Right here, I got it. I found it. And the pamphlet is called God and Sexuality by Ray Comfort. And I just wanted to share some things from this dangerous. Remember now, Dr. Jones said it's dangerous. My God. read to you some excerpts from this dangerous pamphlet. A young man, let me try this right here. For most, the words God and sexuality go together as comfortably as police and burglary. But did you know that the world began with a naked couple being commanded by the Creator to have sex? Or do you think that the existence of both male and female throughout millions of first creatures with a corresponding amazingly complementary apparatus was the random result of a cosmic accident? And it's just one excerpt from it. Here's something here at the end. What's wrong with gay marriage? The institution of marriage was instigated by God as a moral union between one man and one woman for the purpose of procreation and reflects the relationship between Christ and His church. Gay marriage is not a moral union instigated by God for the purpose of procreation. It is a civil merger between two men or two women. Someone may marry the Eiffel Tower as a woman did in 2008, but this has nothing to do with the moral union of marriage. The same applies to homosexual marriage. Okay, let's take some other things out here. I'm just randomly going through this page here. God's word clearly says that neither fornicators, adulterers, idolaters, adulterers, homosexuals, and sodomites will inherit the kingdom of God. The claim that they will is to remove the warning sign. It is a terrible betrayal. Those who do this don't care about homosexuals. Folks, I'm not making an argument. I'm not making a theological argument here. I'm not saying this is right or this is wrong. I'm not saying this is biblical or this is unbiblical. What I am pointing out is, where's the danger? Where's the danger? Where is the danger? It is a long-held tradition within the Christian faith to share the gospel. It is a long-held tradition within the Christian faith to distribute books and Bibles and things of that nature, calling people to faith. That's it. Where's the danger, though? Where's the danger here? Where's the danger here, Dr. Jones? The danger to the point to where you would demand that a student be investigated. Where's the danger to the point that you would claim that, our lives are being threatened. Our lives are in danger. Where is that danger? Where is it? Saying so does not make it so. And there is no danger here. But here's the real problem. If you knew something about Dr. Ricky Jones, you can understand, why he'd overreact and react in such a highly emotional, irrational manner. I mean, that's not the point here either, really. Here's what's interesting. That certain ministers, alleged ministers of the gospel, did not stand up and say, look, what that white evangelical student did was not wrong. It was not dangerous. Period. Those pastors, eventually I'm going to start naming their names, lacked the courage and the conviction and the character to defend that student sharing the gospel. Let me repeat that. The real problem is that we didn't have enough pastors. Well, I'll take that back. There's certain pastors, certain select pastors, didn't have the courage or the conviction or the character to stand up and defend that student, that white evangelical student. His only crime was in sharing the gospel. Those same pastors did not stand up for the right of unborn children to live. Oh, but they'll beg for a check in a heartbeat. They can't defend free speech. They can't stand up for a student who's sharing the gospel. They can't stand up for the unborn. But boy, when it comes to asking for a check, give me a check, give me some money, they're there. They're there. constantly, repeatedly. Oh yeah, give me some reparations, but I'm not going to say anything about human trafficking. I'm not going to, I want a reparations check, but I'm not going to talk about 21st century slavery. I'm not going to do that. But I want that check. Book Talk with Corbin. Look, let me tell you one book you should read, and it is called Fault Lines, The Social Justice Movement and Evangelicalism's Looming Catastrophe. It's a good book, recently published. The author is Vodie, V-O-D-D-I-E, middle initial T, last name spelled B-A-U-C-H-A-M, Jr. Let me spell it again for you. V-O-D-D-I-E, middle initial T, last name B-A-U-C-H-A-M, Jr. Read that book. It's very important. And because he points out the lack of character, conviction, and courage of certain pastors who are constantly put up there by the left wing, by the cultural Marxists as, oh, they're standing up for justice. Oh, they're so courageous. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're going to stand up for this white evangelical student. Why? Because he was white and he was a male. Was that person doing what was so dangerous? He was sharing the gospel. He was genuinely concerned about people's eternal soul. He was sharing the gospel. Well, we know that the cultural Marxists, black and white, are going to oppose somebody like that student. We know that. But here's the issue again. Why was it that once again, the same crowd, they didn't stand up and say, and that student didn't do anything dangerous. It's the same crowd that also refuses to stand up for unborn children, which is dangerous for them. And they wouldn't stand up for men, women and children who are trafficked. It's dangerous for them. We don't stand up for them. They don't stand up for them. But they'll stand up and ask for a check. They'll stand up and ask for a check. They'll stand up and ask for some money. But you can't stand up for the unborn. You can't stand up for freedom of speech. And you can't stand against human trafficking. 21st century slavery. This is Book Talk with Corbin. I'm your host.